Hey guys, I'm back with my weekly chat, and first of all, I need to apologize for not doing last week's chat. It was just a disaster, basically. I filmed the chat video. I was in a hurry, so I didn't have a lot of time. I filmed the chat video, and I thought my camera was in focus, but it wasn't. So I just didn't have time to. I tried to refilm it quickly. It was just a disaster, so I said, not going to get it done. And then I thought about filming the chat video in two parts, having part one about what happened, let's see, 2 weeks ago? Is that right? I got my times mixed up. The week I missed, and then what happened this week. But I decided I'm just going to put it all in one video. So I just wanted to start out with the apology of missing the chat. I know some of you have told me that is your favorite video, and I apologize. And I try to get them filmed every week, but sometimes life happens. I got my notes as usual. Let me look around. I'm going to do February's favorites. Since I don't have any new things that much, I thought I would just show you there's like 3 things here. So this has been in my favorites at least, I want to say 2 other times before, but it's the Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche. I love this one. This is the smaller bottle because I'm not a huge perfume user. I've had this about a year and a half, I think, and that's the amount I've used, but I love the scent of this. And if anybody else is interested, I think that's Tanya Burr's favorite scent as well. It's a beautiful scent. This sweater has made a few appearances on my channel, but as a fashion favorite, this is it for the month of February. I was wearing it in January too, but I love this sweater so much. You're probably just going to end up seeing it a lot because even though we're starting to get a little bit of warm weather, it's still February, still winter, and then spring can be cold too. I brought, I don't know if you're going to be able to see these or not, but little candies. I wish I'd have never discovered these things. These are Cadbury Eclairs. I know you're not going to be able to read that from here. I ordered a lot of Christmas candy, and then they came in after Christmas. And those eclairs were in like my mind just went blank. Just a box of random candy from England. So I ended up ordering more of those by themselves. They're like, kind of remind me of Werther's Originals a little bit. A little bit like that. They're really good. They're initially kind of hard, and then they will get soft, but they're super sticky and chewy. They are horrible for your teeth. I just know they are. Every time I'm eating one, I'm praying that I don't pull a crown out. So, but they taste so good, so addictive. Let's see, what else I wanted to share. Okay, I need to say this, just as a disclaimer. Okay, let me back up for a minute. As long as it's legal, I don't care what you spend your money on. That's what I need. That's my disclaimer. I never want to pick at somebody for what they spend. It is their money. You know, if you want to buy a handbag, that's a Birkin. If you want to buy something off the dollar menu at McDonald's, I don't care. It is your money. But on that note, I think I saw the most ridiculous unboxing I have ever seen in my life. And I don't want to make fun of this person because obviously she's probably very wealthy and can spend whatever she wants. But when I saw it, I literally laughed. So this lady, she was a beautiful lady. I don't even remember the name of her channel, but she was unboxing a Saint Laurent handbag. And so it was in a tiny little dust bag, and I'm going, what is going to be in that? So she pulls it out, and I'm literally like, this is a joke, right? And so I wrote down the size. It was 10 centimeters tall by 13.5 centimeters wide. A teeny tiny little bag. It looked like it would fit a small child. It was a small child's handbag. And she's like, oh, it's so cute. And it was really cute. She puts her phone in there, and she probably has, this is my phone right here, she probably has this size phone right here. It came up, the bag maybe like here, and the top of the phone was sticking out of the bag, and she's like, oh, my phone doesn't even fit in it, but I can use this for going out. And I'm like, what are you going to put in it? And so she had the link below for it, and it was a toy sac de jour by Saint Laurent. And so if you're just curious, it's T-O-Y, like a toy. Sac is S-A-C, then D-E, another word, then jour, J-O-U-R. That was the name of the bag. It was $1,350. And that's where I was like, that is her money. I don't care what she does with it. It's not my money. But that to me was a useless item. But hey, again, it's her money. I never want to pick at people for whatever they want to spend their money on, because I don't want anybody to do that to me. But I thought I would share that information with you guys. Speaking of money, I got an Ebates check-in. Thrilled about that. I've been waiting on that one for a long, long time, several months. It takes a while for Ebates to end up sending those checks to you, because they want to make sure that you don't return an item, and then they end up paying you a commission when the item's been returned. So there's that. I've got a lot of trip planning frustrations going on. The past couple weeks have been very frustrating. I know you probably, if you watched the I'm Grumpy video, there was that week. And then the last week that I missed, a lot of different frustrations were going on that week. And they were minor. Honestly, they were minor. But when you take 2 weeks as a whole of a lot of frustrations, that just took its toll on me. And then I'm also a worrier, a real big worrier, and I worry about things that I can't control. And so I got upset about something that there's nothing I could do about it. So I just, it was just a bad couple weeks. So anyway, just telling you what's been going on. But that happened. Let's see. Oh, I got my passport out. It's got to be renewed this year. So I went by a post office that does the passport. So if you're getting a brand new passport and you've never had one before, you have to make an appointment. But if you're just getting renewal, what you do is just have your photo taken, and you can have it taken like at a Walgreens or the post office. And I know when I got my first passport 10 years ago, I got my photo taken at Walgreens because the photo was half the price of the post office. Well, this week, I got my photo taken at the post office. It was $15 to have a passport photo taken. And then the renewal price, and I don't know if this is the same price as getting a brand new one, or if it's a renewal price. I think it's probably the same. It's $110 US for a US passport. I don't know what other countries charge, but I'm like, man, that's a lot of money. When I was looking it up, I'm like, how does this work? So if you're getting it for the first time, I think you have to do it at the post office, because I remember I had to have it, I don't think they notarized it, but there had to be a witness there when I signed. And so, then you have to take your birth certificate, mail all that in at the post office. Well, this time you pick up a renewal form at the post office, or you can probably print it out online. You get your photograph, you do all that, you mail that in with your passport, not your birth certificate, and send it off. And roughly 8 weeks later or so, they say, you will have your passport. Well, I'm not going to renew it just yet, because the trip that I'm thinking about taking is in the fall of the year, and I think that video, the trip planning frustration video, is going up after this one. I know it is. So my thoughts are just all scattered right now. So I had a lot of trip planning frustrations. So I think I disclosed, I've already filmed that video before I filmed this one. So that's why I'm getting myself confused. But anyway, the trip planning frustrations went on. Let's see. Okay. I think I want to give a little bit of YouTube advice and a little bit of just YouTube talk before I go into my confession, because I've got to confess to you guys. Before I do that, book club. So I went ahead and filmed The Sweet Life in Paris book review. I am not finished with the one on the Audible, the Night Circus. I'm not really enjoying that, and it's hard for me to get through, but I'm going to go ahead and announce the books for March, which probably will be pushed into April at the rate I'm going. But the book that I'm going to read, and I've got a image from the internet right here. It's I Am Pilgrim by Terry Hayes. I don't know if that's going to get any bigger. There we go, like that. I'm trying to make sure there's no glare on it. When I've downloaded it on my Nook app on my iPad, and it wouldn't let me show you the front of the book for some reason. I don't know anything about it. I was watching an Everyday Jim video, Jim Chapman, and he says that may have been the best book he has ever read in his life. So I thought I would give it a try. I didn't do so well with the last month's choices because I picked books that other people said were good, or at least one book, and didn't really enjoy it that much. And then the Audible book that I'm going to be listening to, if anybody wants to join in, it's probably going to start playing, so let's do this.
This is Audible.
Okay, this is Audible. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm looking at the viewfinder, which I know is irritating. Clive Cussler and Graham Brown, The Pharaoh's Secret. It's one of his newer books that has just come out. I highly suspect that Graham Brown probably wrote most of the book, but anywho, I love Clive Cussler books. They're some of my favorite books, and for the most part, they are very clean books. There's a lack of profanity in them, a lack of other scenes that you might be embarrassed about if somebody heard you listening to one of them. There is, most of his books do have violence in them, so I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know anything about The Pharaoh's Secret at this point in time, but I love his books. So the only, he's got multiple series, and the only series that Clive Cussler has done that I don't like is the Isaac Bell series, so I thought I would throw that out there. Let's see, YouTube advice. I was watching this video, and it was a rant video. Sometimes I get into watching those, and I almost wish I didn't watch them, but the whole video, this guy had a ring light, obviously, in front of him. He was filming at night with a window behind him. Well, the window turned basically into a mirror, and all you could see was this ring light. Let me bend down. So he had this ring light reflection over his head, and it looked like there was a halo just sticking on his head, but it was standing up. It looked ridiculous, and I'm like, the poor guy, I mean, he's trying to make a serious rant video, and then all you see is this halo above his head. I mean, I just had to laugh because I don't know why when he edited, he didn't go, probably need to refilm this rant video, but just what I wanted to throw that out there. Okay, this is not going to be YouTube advice, but I thought I would share some thoughts. These are my feelings. Some of you may feel the same way, some of you may feel differently, but I thought I would share some feelings and thoughts that I have about the YouTube culture or YouTube climate. I will tell you, I'm looking at my clock again, long video. Some of you say you don't mind. Probably will have to stop this and start the camera again. But YouTube in some ways can create a lot of jealousy. I am so thankful that jealousy is something that I typically don't feel. I think I was blessed not to have that feelings. I am a worrier, which is horrible. And I do get stressed, but jealousy is not something that I feel very much. And when I do feel it, I'm like, what is that? What is that weird feeling? Because it's so foreign to me to actually feel that. But just from watching some videos, other people's videos and what they have and what they show, and then also if you're a YouTuber, so you can be one of two things. One, you could be just a person watching other YouTubers and you may get jealous over the stuff they're showing in the videos, or if you are doing YouTube videos and you watch another person's channel who may not be that big of a YouTuber, but you start watching their channel grow and grow. You may have looked at their view count saying, how are they getting so many views, or how are they getting so many subscribers? And you're like, my channel is just as good. So there could be some jealousy that goes on. Again, I don't want to keep reiterating the same point about me not feeling so much jealousy. It's just something that I really just haven't felt much in my whole life with it. But again, I'm so thankful for that. But I do think it can create a jealousy climate. And also, okay, I'm going to stop the camera and restart it. As I was doing that restart, I had like 2 minutes left on my SD card. I'm like, oh, I gotta go delete something. So anyway, another thing YouTube I think can create is some unrealistic is that the right word? Expectations, especially about the person that you may be watching on YouTube. And keep in mind, and I think you guys are all smart enough, you know this, but you may see a 15-minute video, a 20-minute, a 30-minute video, whatever, especially if it's a vlogger. But keep in mind, that is 15 minutes of that one video about that person's life. You basically are not going to have much of a clue really about what goes on in that person's life. So I think it can create some unreal expectations. And I know a lot of people, especially younger people, when you start watching these people, it's not like so much watching a celebrity or a movie star on TV or in the movies. It's, you feel like this person might be my friend, especially if they chat back and forth. And let me tell you guys, a lot of you that chat with me often, even if we haven't met, I do consider you friends. But again, we haven't met each other. But I think with younger people, it creates this is my friend, but I don't know them. And then, but in their minds, they may think, oh, this is my friend. And then when they go to these meetups, they get crazy. It creates a celebrity sometime lifestyle. And again, you have unrealistic expectations. Maybe not you guys. I think a lot of people that typically watch my channel are older and wiser than, say, people that may watch Zoella's channel a lot of times. And I'm not saying anybody, I'm digging myself a hole right now. I know I am. But what I mean is, I don't think a lot of 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds are watching my channel who have not had time to mature and age, and the wisdom is not there. That's where I'm going with that. But let me just get out of that before I just dig myself even to a deeper hole. But let's move on. But I just wanted to say that, when you do watch these videos, I just don't think you get the full picture, and then you also might. Okay, let me just say this about me. I do believe I am a shopaholic, and then I need to go into my confession in just a minute. But I have been doing well, and I think I'm leading into my confession now. But sometimes if you are prone to liking to shop, loving to shop, watching YouTube videos can really feed that need for shopping or feed that want for shopping. And I think it can do some damage like that. I know it has for me. I have spent way more money since watching YouTube videos and filming YouTube videos like in a year than I have before. Just telling you the truth. And that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to do this no-buy for 2016. Initially, I just started my no-buy for January, but so just things like that. Not really a whole lot of YouTube advice. I just thought I would throw this out there, and it's becoming really rambly. But let me tell you my confession. I messed up on my no-buy. And the reason why I'm telling you guys, I could have hid this from you guys. I didn't have to tell you. And again, like I said, this is, part of me I could have kept secret. You didn't need to know this, but, and if I didn't want to tell you and I didn't want to confess, I wouldn't. But I wanted to be honest with you and say, I'm human, I failed. And I'll tell you kind of how the course of events went. It kind of went from a 9-day period, but I didn't shop all 9 of those days. I think it was 4 days, which is bad enough. But it was from like one Saturday to another Sunday. So I went to the mall, which that was my first mistake. And I basically went to the mall to look at some handbags that are on my wish list. And I just wanted to go try them out, look at them, say, is this what I really want? Keep that in mind as I'm saving for them. So I did that, did not buy a handbag at that point in time. Well, then I was going to go look at some shoes, try them on, see what size that if I was going to buy a certain pair, see what size that I was going to get. Did not buy any shoes. And then I went upstairs. I was in Nordstrom. I went upstairs and I went by the Topshop section. And you guys, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I love Topshop stuff. So I was looking around, didn't really see anything that I like. I was about to leave when this shirt caught my eye. It was a plain black shirt, nothing special about it. But I'm like, you can always use a black shirt, can't you? Never mind that I've probably got 20 back in my room. So I looked at the price tag, and it wasn't that pricey. I mean, it wasn't Forever 21 prices, but it wasn't outrageously priced. I think it was like $20 something, which is high or for some, low for others. So I ended up getting this shirt. And I'm like, oh, it's a nice looking black shirt. Just a plain black shirt. So I was like, okay, you failed, but it's one thing, not that big of a deal. So a couple days go by, and then I decide, here's my next mistake that I made. I decided to do some price comparison of some other handbags between a designer site and between Fashionphile. And Fashionphile, which I'm assuming most of you guys probably already know what it is, but it's an online reseller that authenticates all the handbags. So if you wanted to ship or sell, say, a designer handbag, say a Louis Vuitton Speedy 30, you wanted to sell that, you could ship it to Fashionphile, and they will authenticate it and sell it for you. They take a commission and then send you money for whatever your item sells. So I believe that's the way it works. So I've heard a lot about them. I've heard really, really good things about Fashionphile. So there's this specific bag, more than one specific bag, but this one bag I was comparing between the designer site and Fashionphile. And so went to the designer site. I said, okay, this bag that I'm looking at, I was looking at one of two bags on this particular site. I said, these bags are priced at this number and this number. Went on Fashionphile site, was looking at that particular bag, and all of a sudden I stumbled across this one bag, and I went, it was new without tags. And so I looked at the photographs. The little feet of the bag still had the little stickers on them, and it was a lot less. It wasn't cheap, it's a designer handbag, but it was a lot less than what the designer site was selling their bags for. And I'm like, the bag's been authenticated, it's never been used. I don't know why they still wouldn't have the tags. I realize the tag probably had been removed, but it says it comes with a dust bag. It didn't have any description about any marks or scratches on there. And Fashionphile is very good about telling you where the marks and scratches are. And so it basically sounded like this bag is in pristine condition. And I noticed that on Fashionphile's site, you can put stuff in your cart. You don't have to buy, but 6 people had this bag in their cart, and I'm like, does that mean they're trying to buy it right now? No, it doesn't mean that. I thought that at the moment. So I was like, then I noticed, just a minute, then I noticed I could put the bag on layaway, and I don't have to fully pay for it right now. Yes, I had the money to pay for it right then and there, but I had to make a down payment, and then it gives me 60 days to pay out the rest of it. And I thought, that is brilliant, because they're not charging me any extra for the layaway. There's no shipping on this bag. It's the bag that I had been looking for a lot less than the designer site, and I clicked buy. I bought it. So it's still at Fashionphile right now. I've got another month and a half to pay, finish paying for it. So I will be doing an unboxing at some point in the future, probably in April, I'm guessing. And anyway, I bought the handbag. But to justify or rationalize, which I've never really tried to do that, this bag has been on my wish list for over a year now, well over a year. It's one that I've been wanting. I have the money to pay for it, so I don't feel like I should have done that right at this point in time, but I did it. And the reason why I don't feel like I should have done it is because I'm still saving for a trip, and it pushed my trip plans back. It really hurt my trip planning. Oh, not the trip planning, the trip buying. So there was that. Well, like I said, the past 2 weeks before this week, I had a lot of frustrations, and I let some things get to me, and going and looking in online shopping takes my mind off of things. Not the best way to handle your stress or your worries, I know that, but I had read, I'm trying to give you the correct sequence of things, so I know I ramble, sorry people. I was reading this blog, let me digress, was reading this blog, this was Saturday, and I read the blog, and Carolyn Hirons is a skincare guru who I respect extremely well. I don't know her personally, but I respect her in the skincare world. She wrote this blog about this specific moisturizer, and it sounded like the moisturizer of my dreams. She said it wasn't available in the UK just yet. It was going to come out at a certain date, but it was available in Nordstrom stores in the US. And I'm like, okay, so I went to my computer, clicked on Nordstrom, I saw that they had it in stock, and I put it in my cart. For whatever reason, I decided to go look at Topshop items. I did. I saw this beautiful skirt that, it was beautiful. Topshop had the skirt in 2 sizes. One was a teeny tiny size that there was no way I could get into, and one was a size that was about one size to 2 sizes bigger than what I would normally wear depending on how it's made. And I thought, you know, that's probably not going to fit me, but it's beautiful and I wanted it. Stuck that in my cart. Then I was like, you know what? There was this other skirt that I was wanting, and it would look great with that black shirt that I bought the Saturday before. And I said, let me go see if they still have that one. And lo and behold, they had this skirt, and it was a tulle skirt. And a lot of you made some comments about how much you liked the tulle skirt in one of my outfits. And I left comments, oh, I want to get more of those, but I'm saving money right now. This is where I feel like a big hypocrite, because I said, I'm not buying anything right now. I said that so recently. I stuck that tulle skirt, it was beautiful gray. It was on sale. I stuck that in my cart, hit buy. I did it. And I'm literally feeling like the biggest hypocrite. Well, Sunday rolls around and I'm watching a Fleur de Force vlog, and she has this beautiful blouse on. It was a leopard print blouse, but it was in green. I've not seen green leopard print to my knowledge. And I love leopard print. I love the color green. I love Topshop, so I saw it on Nordstrom's website. I bought that one too. And I'm like, now I'm literally, as I'm talking to you guys, I feel like such a failure. I'm not even sure that I'm going to keep everything that I bought from Nordstrom. That skirt that I talked about from Topshop may not even fit. I know the tulle skirt would fit because I got basically the same skirt in black that you've seen, and if you watched my outfit video, and it's the same size. But I'm not certain. You know, I'm almost hoping that that other skirt from Topshop does not fit me because I did not need it. I failed in my no-buy for about 9 days. I went a month and a half without buying anything other than food products and fuel for my car, stuff like that, but no fashion items. Even when I bought some skincare, I ended up taking it back. And then I was like, I just had recently, my video went live about my saving money for a trip or travel budget, or whatever it is called. And then I talked about the book review, Confessions of a Shopaholic. I commented back to you guys, and I failed big time. And that's why I'm confessing to you guys. I wanted you to know, yes, I failed, but I'm going to get back up on that wagon. On the horse, what is the phrase? I fell off the wagon, but I'm going to get back up on the horse, whatever. I'm going to start this no-buy all over again. I still have to finish paying for the purse that I bought. It's a beautiful handbag online. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep that. But the other stuff may end up going back to Nordstrom because on one hand, I still want it because that is me being the shopper that I am. But on the other hand, I feel guilty. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, so I will let you know probably in the next week's chat if I'm going to keep this stuff or not. And man, this is a really long chat video. I need to wrap it up. So I wanted you to know I failed, but sometimes it is okay to fail. You just have to get back onto it and start all over again sometimes. It's like when you're working on some weight loss and you end up eating some stuff you shouldn't. That's kind of what happened to me with shopping. I cheated on my no-buy. I'm going to restart it over. I don't know how long I'm going to go. I want to keep it going for a while because I need to save money to pay for this trip that I'm dying to take. And you'll see that trip frustrations in another week or so. I don't remember when it's going up. But, you know, things like that are just going on. I'm human. I failed. And I confessed. I hope you guys have had a blessed and wonderful week, and I hope next week is even better. I will talk to you later. Bye, everybody.